Everybody. So I'm on my way home again, and I had to adjust the camera. Still have to adjust the camera, otherwise I'm looking a little cockeyed. It is Tuesday. Feels like it ought to be a Thursday. And Tuesday the 4th of October. Hard to believe. Busy day. I closed today, but I still got up at 4 o'clock this morning. And, forgive me while I joggle you. I hope I didn't just make you seasick. I like getting up early just because it gives me some time to do my own thing and not have to rush out the door, because I really hate that. I just hate jumping out of bed and, you know, throwing on your clothes and just having to go to work. So when I get up at 4:15 or whatnot, it's a lot nicer. Sorry, I'm joggling you guys all over the place. It's a lot nicer to get up, make my coffee, and, you know, just relax and drink the coffee and let it have time to take effect and watch YouTube and, you know, whatnot, and just decide what I'm gonna wear for the day, and, you know, and so I have like at least an hour usually, if not more, to watch YouTube and watch my YouTubers that I like to watch, and catch up on how everybody's doing in the keto community, and then I give myself like an hour to get ready for work once I'm, you know, had my coffee and I've drank pretty much a pot. You know, it's like 3/4 of a pot, but I've drank a pot. And what I do is I make my bulletproof coffee, and I have my carafe, or however you want to say it, that like they have at the restaurants, and I just pour the hot coffee in there, add a little extra, maybe heavy whipping cream or stevia or whatever to the coffee in the carafe, and then I keep adding it to my bulletproof coffee, and it keeps the coffee, you know, warm, and then it kind of thins it down so that it's not like all super sweet and rich, you know, and I get a lot of caffeine, but it's one of those things where I drink that, and I also try to drink a quart of water in the morning too, so I try to balance it out with a lot of liquids first thing in the morning. And I'm still at the off-site location, well, it's another clinic of one of the 11, and it wasn't as hectic today. Our doctor was done at noon, I think, and then we have 2 nurse practitioners that were there. The one was done at 3, and the other one didn't have any patients after 4, so it was a little less hectic, crazy, that, you know, so that's good. The thing with, I closed today, which means I had to stay until 5. If there was still patients, I would stay until we were done seeing patients, but because the providers were done early, I could leave right at 5, and I stopped at the gas station and picked up some gas, and then I'm gonna go home and make dinner for the hubs and I think we're having breakfast for dinner tonight. I had breakfast for dinner last night. I made pumpkin keto pancakes, and I think I'm gonna try to do a video this weekend showing how I make them, because they turned out really good. But one of the things that I wanted to touch base on in this little drive home was, I have noticed I haven't taken a lot of like full body pictures since I've lost weight, and this last weekend I had my sister take bright light. I had my sister take a full body picture of me, and excuse me if this is too much information, but like, one of the first things, my sister's like, we need to get better bras. So I'm like, okay, because I hadn't seen the pictures that she'd taken yet. And I had coworkers, other female coworkers, mentioned that I needed to hoist the girls up a little bit. And I'm kind of low slung anyway. I mean, and again, I apologize if you're watching this and this is too much information, but I mean, my sister and I, we take after my mother. We were built a little bit lower. The girls muscles are not like up, and never have been, even when I was young and perky or whatever. So I look at the pictures that my sister took, and the first thing I notice is, where are my boobs? I mean, they're gone. And it occurred to me, I'm looking also at my posture and how I'm standing. Now, I didn't think anything of it when she was taking the picture of me. I figured I was standing fairly straight. I mean, I did have one leg bent a little bit. I was trying to look a little more relaxed in the picture, not look, you know, like a soldier, stick straight. And I'm not good with posing, standing, that kind of thing. That isn't, you know, I'm not comfortable with that. And I had her take multiple pictures, and I noticed my posture, my shoulders aren't like completely curved in, but there's definitely kind of an inward pull. And it occurred to me that, and if you are one of those who are used to being a bigger girl, that we try to stand in a manner that we try to take up as little space as possible. And we don't go around, well, okay, some of us might, but for me, my chest was not small, so I really didn't try to draw attention to it. And so I wasn't running around, you know, sticking the girls out in everybody's faces or whatnot. And again, I'm sorry if this is, you know, TMI, but so I noticed that I'm standing kind of slunched a little bit, or kind of, I don't, you know, just not really good posture. And I'm thinking, I really need to start walking and maybe start trying to do some yoga or some strengthening, core strengthening, something to kind of tone up. Well, I need to tone up my whole body anyway, and so I really need to do that. But I really need to work on my posture. I mean, I've lost the weight, so my body's looking better, but I'm still carrying myself kind of schlumpy and kind of withdrawn. I'm not comfortable in my own skin. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, anyone else on the keto journey has noticed that you're mentally, you haven't really caught up to the fact that you've lost this weight. And I sit there and I think, I've lost over 60 pounds. So like, that's a big bag of dog food. I mean, 60 bags, go pick up a 60-pound bag of anything, rock salt, whatever, you know, that's significant. But I got to thinking, you know, any weight that we lose, pick up a pound, something that weighs a pound, and carry it around for a while. And you really can appreciate 1 pound, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, you know, go find something that matches the weight, your success at this point. When you start really, you know, not really feeling like, you know, or not really remembering that you've done as well as you did or have, go find something that weighs what you've lost and carry it around for a while, and remind yourself this is what you carried on your body all the time. Because I forget. It's so easy to, I mean, it's happened gradually. And so, you know, it wasn't like I just dropped 60 pounds. It came off, you know, every week, and it came off pretty steady for a while. It slowed down a lot, which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with just taking my time. It's okay. But I do still think I've got about 20 pounds to lose. So I want my face to slim down. I will be honest, this is like the one place on my body that it's like, this needs to slim down. Because I just want it to be thinner. I want the double chin gone. I want this puffiness on the face. It annoys me because my face still looks full. So that's a whole nother thing. But the other thing that I was thinking about is, I was laying in bed last night, and you know, before you fall asleep, you know, your brain's just kind of doing its thing, and I'm laying there thinking, how many nights did I lay in bed on the eve of a new diet and would daydream, or you know, they'd always tell you, visualize where you want to be, what you want to look like, what, you know, how you want it. And so often I would lay there and imagine, what just fell in there? It wasn't a spider. But, and imagine, you know, what it would be like to be at your goal weight. And I laid there and I'm like, you know, I'm so close now. To me, 20 pounds is like, I can do this. I can do this. I've already done 60 pounds. Another 20 pounds, if it takes me a while, okay, fine. But I can do this. So it's within reach. And I think when I started out weighing, you know, 200 and almost 260 pounds, it was overwhelming at first. Like, this is never going to happen. It's going to take forever. And now I'm like, okay, it's almost 8.5 months later, and 60 pounds down. And I know a lot of people have even better success. I mean, they really push it really hard, and great. I am so thrilled with people who do well. I'm always cheering for people who do well, and even if they do more than me or better than me, that's great. I want all of us to be successful, and I want all of us to feel better. And I also want puppy dog look like my old Maxwell. I want what I'm doing to be sustainable, and it has to be a lifestyle that's livable for me. And everybody has to find the way that's livable for them, what works for them. So, you know, but it was just really weird laying in bed last night, and I'm like thinking, like, my body's almost there. What I would lay in bed and visualize and hope for and, you know, imagine, and it had been 2.5 decades of not being this weight. And you know, and when I first hit this weight, because in high school I was like 166, and when I got married, the weight came on. I went on birth control pills, and it was a lot of change and a lot of adjustment and all of this stuff that I think just contributed. I started drinking at that point. The whole adult life, you know, all of a sudden you go from being young, and I was 19 when I got married, so what do I know? It was so much, and I just put on the weight, and I never took it off. I had 2 children, and the weight, it just kept creeping up, and then it stayed, like I've said in previous videos, it stayed the same. I played with the same 20 pounds for the last 25 years. So I would get up to like 240 and get down to 220, and get up to 240 and get down to 220. Right before my wedding to have my second husband, and in my mind he's my first husband. I don't know. I don't know how anybody else is, but you know, like, the first marriage was so long ago that I like don't even barely remember it. But when we got married in 2012, I had gotten down to 215, but my scales were lighter than everybody else's, like by 5 pounds, so it was still probably 220. And so, you know, that was always like my stopping weight. I'd get down there. I think right when I was going through my divorce, I got really close. I got down to like 203. But I think I was doing a really restrictive diet, and I was really just cutting back on everything, and I was hungry all the time, and you know, we all know those diets, and I just couldn't maintain it, and the weight came back. I couldn't eat like that. It just didn't work for me. So I'm just rambling, and I'm sorry this is such a chatty little, you know, carry-on vlog. But just some of my thoughts, and just this way of eating, it's more than weight loss. It helps with so much, like pain and pain management, and your mental clarity and your energy, and so I'm very excited about it, and my mother-in-law wants to start doing it. So I printed off one of the keto groups that I'm in on Facebook had posted some information for new people, and I thought this would be the best way. I printed off the document that they had encouraged everyone who's new to keto to read and follow. So I went ahead and I printed it off, and I'm going to mail it to my mother-in-law because she is impressed with how much weight I've lost. And I hope it helps her. She's pre-diabetic, and I think that this could help her a lot. So I'm going to get that in the mail tomorrow and see if, see how she does. My daughter did report back to me that she has lost 9.5 pounds in 2 weeks, and that was, 2 weeks, so that was half a week ago or whatever. So she's probably lost more than that now, and yeah, it's even on those days when you mess up and you overeat your carbs, you just start over the next day, or you start over the next meal. You just, chug a lot of water and do what you need to do to get yourself back on track. It's not a permanent damage. It's like when I give into like a chocolate craving or whatever, I know that it's not a permanent. I just drink a bunch of water, maybe do a fat fast or an egg fast or something to get my mind focused, or even just an intermittent fasting. Just don't eat. Drink a lot of water and take a little break so that you can refocus. But it's not you're not going to undo all the damage. You can get right back where you were and then continue on. So, and the food is awesome. I just keep coming up with recipes that I'm just thrilled to pieces. I mean, it's like I made my pumpkin keto pancakes. I never made pumpkin pancakes when I was eating regular pancakes. So, win for me, So, alright. Well, I'm almost home. And I apologize if this is like super duper long. And again, I apologize for the too much information. I will put a flag on the upload so if this is not what you want to listen to, you can avoid it. But it's Tuesday. It's the end of Tuesday. So we're moving on into the week. And I hope everyone is having a good week so far, and keep on keeping on and keto on. Thanks.